Good morning, afternoon, evening, or nighttime, wherever and whenever you may be watching this. Thanks for clicking. Today, going to be talking about the fragrance Bee by the house Zoologist. Zoologist is an indie house set up by Victor Wong. I think it's based in Canada, and it is a fantastic house. If you're into the more artsy side of fragrances, definitely check them out. They've basically all their fragrances are named after animals. So you've got things like camel, panda, T-Rex, moth, and the list goes on. I think they've got about 20 fragrances, but yeah, all named after animals, and they all kind of go for either the animal and its characteristics or the animal habitat. And as I said at the start of the video, the fragrance I'm going to be talking about today is Bee, which, spoiler alert, it is delectable. One last little thing I want to mention before I go into the fragrance itself is this travel atomizer. I think, I've said it before, more companies should do this in my opinion. I know perhaps it's not always cost effective, but for people like me, it's a godsend. You know, I think Bee runs at about $195 price, £195, which I think is worth it, but at the same time, you know, I don't piss money. It's a lot of money for someone like me. And the fact you put it in a travel spray, which I think is 11 mil, I want to say 11 mil in there, is great. You know, it gives me obviously more than a sample. It's very strong stuff. It's straight to parfum. This will last me for quite a few months. So anyone from Zoologist, if you're watching this, thanks very much indeed. I massively appreciate it when companies do travel sprays. So without further ado, I'm going to spray it on the back of my hand and then run through the notes. Oosh. Oh, there it, oh, ooh. It's beautiful, beautiful stuff. Let's read through these notes. So we've got at the top notes, orange, ginger syrup, royal jelly accord. It is, you know, in a lot of fragrances, you get the note of honey, and especially in a lot of fragrances, you get the note of honey tobacco. I think that's very common in men's fragrances. This is in a league of its own. If you've smelled honey tobacco, and I would even say if you think that you smelled honey in other fragrances, you ain't smelled it like it smells in this, is what I'll say. It just really is like the most natural, thick, gloopy, syrupy honey smell, personally, I've ever smelled. I can't think of a single fragrance that this smells like. And I can't think of another honey note in a fragrance that smells as realistic as this. If there's ginger, well, it says it, I say if there's ginger, there is ginger. It says it in the official sample. I don't pick it up massively. Like normally I associate ginger and fragrances giving off like a sporty vibe and things like that, like a super fresh sort of zestiness, but I don't get that with this one. There may be a tint, like a tinge of it, but what I'm getting is that royal jelly accord, that pure honey. I know my ghee, if you don't speak Welsh, you may not get that. That was my dad's mum. We used to call it ghee, G-E-E. That's a Welsh thing. But yeah, my ghee used to have a body wash which used to be royal jelly, and it takes me back to this. This takes me back to that. It's so realistic, so beautiful, so syrupy and thick, but not like, as much as it's syrupy, it's not overpoweringly sweet. You know, like with honey, if you eat a lot of honey, it's got a sweetness to it, but it's weirdly, I don't find it to be like a sugar. It's not like a bubblegum sweetness. It's just a natural sweetness, which is beautiful. So in the middle of this fragrance, the heart notes, you've got a broom, heliotrope, mimosa, and orange flower, which, you know, sounds like a bouquet of flowers. But for me, again, my nose, it doesn't lean too feminine. It doesn't lean like a floral fragrance. I know, I'm sure I've seen another reviewer say this, that the perfume, what he's going for, it kind of indicates like a bee with all the honey going on, but just hopping from flower to flower, gathering his little nectar, and that's a perfect analogy. There's floral aspects in this fragrance, but it's not a floral fragrance. It doesn't, personally for me, I don't massively like floral fragrances. And even though all the heart notes in this are flowers, floral notes, for me, it doesn't give that off. That the honey is just too predominant in this fragrance for it ever to go in a super floral way. And then the base notes of this fragrance, you've got benzoin, labdanum, musks, sandalwood, tonka, and vanilla, which may come as a bit of a surprise. I know when I first heard that zoologists were making Bee, and I saw the pictures of like a, you know, it was like a spring day and you had a jar of honey and it was very sunny and things like that. I was expecting it to be summer, hot heat sort of weather. I don't think it is. I think the base notes, the benzoin, the labdanum, and to a certain extent, even the thickness of the honey means that this maybe works better in slightly cooler days. I personally, I think this would be too much in hot heat. I think, yeah, because it's so strong as well, so strong, I would reserve this for perhaps cooler days. So on that note, I lastly just want to speak about the projection, performance, longevity, things like that. As I said, it's a very strong fragrance. It's straight to parfum. It lasts and lasts. On my skin, I would still be able to smell it 12, 14, maybe more hours afterwards. Projection is very loud. That's why I would normally go with about 2 sprays. I think you're going to be people are going to smell you for a good 2 or 3 hours. You know, they don't have to come that close, and I think they're going to be able to smell you. When and where would I wear this fragrance? I wouldn't wear it in an office scenario. I would wear this casually. Not that I would wear it every day because it's very pricey, so it's more of a treat fragrance. But yeah, I would wear it day and night. I would wear it definitely in cooler weather. I couldn't imagine wearing it in hot heat. I think it would be too cloying. I think the perfect scenario for this, personally, would be a cool spring day, going for a walk, fresh flowers, you know, going for a walk in a field, that cool breeze coming in, and just smelling that thick, gloopy honey. I honestly think this is a knockout fragrance. I think it's wonderful. I think it's probably, out of the ones that I've smelled from Zoologist, I think it's the most wearable. But if you don't like honey, if you're not into that sort of syrupy nature of fragrances, perhaps give this one a miss, but at least get yourself a sample, because I'm confident you probably never smelled anything quite like it. That's been my review. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the next one. Peace.